600,000 miles. On an original engine. No rebuild, no replacement, a Toyota Crown Comfort taxi fleet in Japan, documented, verified, 600,000 miles, on an original engine, and the mechanics who service those fleets are not doing anything exotic, nothing expensive, nothing your dealership could upsell you on. They do one specific thing differently to their oil, different from every American driver I have spoken to. That one habit costs nothing extra, and it separates a 200,000-mile engine from a 600,000-mile engine. Subscribe if you want data like this every week. I post every Tuesday and Thursday. Here's the thing that gets me every time I talk about this. American drivers spend billions of dollars every year on premium engine components, expensive oil additives, performance air filters, all of it marketed as the path to a long-lasting engine. And yet the data from Japan points somewhere completely different. The longest-lasting engines do not run premium fuel. They do not use exotic lubrication systems. They drive stop-and-go city traffic, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. They hit 600,000 miles because of what they do, not what they spend. I pulled SAE technical papers on this. I dug into fleet maintenance records. I talked to people who study this professionally. And what I found comes down to not one secret, but a set of interlocking habits. All of them simple, none of them expensive. Every single one of them contradicts what most American drivers have been told to do by the people who profit when engines wear out faster. By the end of this video, you will know every habit. You will know the science behind why each one works, and you will know the specific mistake that most American engines make in their first 60 seconds of every single morning that takes years off their life. Do not skip the end. Subscribe while you wait. I post every Tuesday and Thursday. Let us start with the foundation. The one change that explains more of the 600,000-mile difference than anything else. Japanese fleet mechanics change their oil more frequently than the manufacturer interval recommends. Not twice as frequently, not dramatically more, about 30 to 40% more often than the manual says to. If the manufacturer says every 5,000 miles, the fleet changes at 3,000 to 3,500. If the manual says 7,500 miles, the fleet changes at 5,000. Every time, without exception. Here is the science behind why that matters more than most people expect. Motor oil degrades in two ways. The base stock oxidizes under heat, and the additive package depletes as it does its job, neutralizing acids, holding contaminants in suspension, preventing corrosion. Both processes are gradual, both are invisible, and the rate at which they happen depends heavily on your driving conditions, not just your mileage. Consumer Reports confirmed something most drivers have never been told. Short trips under 5 miles degrade oil 3 times faster than equivalent highway mileage. 3 times. If you drive primarily around town, school runs, grocery trips, short commutes, your oil ages at 3 times the rate your odometer suggests. 3 times. The 5,000-mile interval was designed for highway drivers in moderate climates. It was not designed for your actual life. The Japanese fleet habit accounts for this, and our research found it directly. Our research found engines on shorter intervals show lower wear metal particle counts at 150,000 miles. Consistently. Lower than manufacturer-scheduled engines. Lower iron, lower aluminum, less metal leaving those surfaces. Less metal leaving means less wear. Less wear means more miles. The math doesn't lie. If this data is saving you time and money, hit subscribe right now. It takes 2 seconds. You will never miss a data drop again. Now here's the second habit, and this one genuinely surprised me when I dug into the fleet records. Before every oil change, not sometimes, not occasionally, every single time, fleet mechanics run an engine flush, a chemical flush, designed to clean the sludge and carbon deposits a standard drain leaves behind. Here is the problem with a standard oil drain. When you drain your oil, roughly 10 to 15% stays behind, clinging to surfaces. It clings to surfaces. It settles in low points in the pan. It hides in oil galleries and around bearing surfaces. That residual old oil, full of the acids and wear particles and oxidized base stock you just spent 5,000 miles accumulating, mixes directly into your fresh oil the moment your new fill goes in. Every oil change you have ever done mixed fresh oil with old contamination. Every single one. Here is the exact process. With about 5 minutes of runtime remaining before your scheduled oil change, add 1 bottle of Liqui Moly engine flush or a comparable product to your existing oil. Drive normally for those last 5 minutes or idle in the driveway for the same duration. Then drain immediately. Do not let the flush sit for hours. 5 to 10 minutes is the design window. Then drain, replace filter, and fill with your fresh oil as normal. The engine that your fresh oil goes into is measurably cleaner than the one that would have received it without the flush step. Every time, Liqui Moly makes a flush product designed for this exact use. It runs about $12. You use it once per oil change. That is $12 per service to significantly extend the working life of every quart of oil you just put in. Here's the third habit, and this one will cost you nothing. Zero. Not even $12. It is a timing change. Japanese fleet drivers warm their engines for 60 to 90 seconds before driving. Not racing the engine, not 10 minutes in the driveway. 60 to 90 seconds at idle, just enough time for the oil to fully pressurize and circulate to every bearing surface before load is applied. Here is what most American drivers do, including me before I researched this. They start the engine and immediately put the car in gear and drive away, sometimes within 5 to 10 seconds of startup. This is the single most damaging thing you do to a modern engine, and it happens every morning, in most American driveways, including yours until right now. Here is what you should do differently starting tomorrow. Start your engine. Set a 60-second timer on your phone. During that 60 seconds, do not touch the accelerator. Do not rev the engine. Just let it idle at whatever RPM it chooses. Modern fuel-injected engines manage their own warm-up fueling. You do not need to help, you just need to wait. 60 seconds, then drive gently for the first mile or two. Not hard acceleration, not high RPM. Moderate throttle. Give the oil temperature time to climb toward operating range before you ask the engine to work hard. That entire protocol, the 60-second wait plus the gentle first mile, costs you less than 2 minutes of your morning. And the SAE data says it is the single highest impact habit change you can make for long-term engine health. And it happens in most American driveways every single morning. Here is why. At startup, your engine is running on whatever oil film was left on the bearing surfaces from the last time it ran. Oil drains down while the engine sits. The oil galleries are partially empty. Full oil pressure takes 3 to 5 seconds to build, sometimes longer in cold weather. In that window, every moving surface in your engine is running with inadequate lubrication. The camshaft lobes, the main bearings, the valve train, all of them. The SAE's published research on this. The majority of measurable engine wear happens in the first 30 seconds after a cold start. Not at high RPM, not under load. In the first 30 seconds, at idle, before oil pressure is fully established. Hold on, because the fourth habit is the one most directly tied to the cold start problem, and it changes how you should think about your oil choice. Japanese fleet mechanics are fanatical about cold pour point. Cold pour point is the temperature at which motor oil stops flowing freely. Below that, it thickens. Below that temperature, the oil becomes viscous, thick, slow-moving, unable to circulate properly in those first critical seconds after startup. And this is where the Group 3 versus Group 4 distinction from our previous video becomes life or death relevant for your engine. What most buyers do not realize is that your engine does not care what the front of the bottle says. It cares how fast the oil reaches the bearings when the temperature is 12 degrees and the engine has been sitting in your driveway all night. Cold pour point determines that. Base stock chemistry determines cold pour point, not marketing. Here is how to check any oil you are considering. Flip the bottle to the back. Look for the words Group 4 or PAO anywhere in the technical description. True PAO synthetics. Advertise their base stock because it is a genuine differentiator. If you cannot find Group 4 or PAO on the bottle, you are looking at a Group 3 product regardless of what the front label says. The 5 oils worth buying from our synthetic oil video, Amsoil Signature Series, Royal Purple, Mobile 1 Advanced, Liqui Moly Synthoil Premium, and Pennzoil Ultra Platinum all use Group 4 base stock. All of them have meaningfully lower cold pour points than Group 3 competitors. All of them give your engine better protection in those first 30 seconds of a cold start. If you are going to implement the 60-second warm-up habit, pair it with the right oil. The combination is what the Japanese fleet data actually represents. Hit the like button if this is connecting dots for you. It tells YouTube to show this to more car owners who need to hear it. Fifth habit, and this one I almost left off the list. Then I reconsidered. Japanese fleet drivers never let their fuel tank drop below a quarter. Never. This sounds like a fuel system tip, and it is, but it is also directly an oil protection habit. Here is the connection. Fuel pumps in modern vehicles are submerged in the fuel tank. They use fuel itself as a coolant. They use the fuel itself as a coolant and lubricant. Run your tank below a quarter. Your fuel pump loses cooling. It runs hotter. It works harder. When it runs consistently low for years, fuel pump wear accelerates measurably. A worn pump delivers inconsistent pressure. Inconsistent pressure causes lean combustion. Combustion temperatures spike above design limits. High combustion temperatures accelerate oil oxidation. Faster oxidation, faster degradation, which means it protects your engine less effectively between changes, which accelerates wear. That is the chain. Quarter tank. Minimum breaks it at the first link. The practical application is simple. Set a phone reminder or a visual habit. When your gauge hits the quarter mark, you fill up that day. Not when it is convenient. That day. Most modern vehicles display estimated range remaining. When your range drops below 80 miles, you fill up. That threshold keeps you above a quarter in most vehicles. And it extends your fuel pump's life by keeping it consistently cooled and lubricated the way it was designed to operate. A fuel pump replacement runs $400 to $900 depending on the model. A lifetime of consistent quarter tank discipline costs you nothing. The math here is genuinely alarming when you add it up over 10 years of ownership. The sixth and final habit. It sounds almost too simple, but Consumer Reports, AAA, and the SAE all point to it consistently. Japanese fleet mechanics use a single brand of oil from the first service to the last, not because brand loyalty is a virtue, because oil additive packages from different manufacturers are formulated differently, genuinely differently, different detergent chemistries, different anti-wear compounds, different viscosity modifiers, different in every meaningful way. Mix those additive systems, even in the same viscosity grade, and you reduce both packages' effectiveness. The effect is not dramatic, subtle, cumulative. Over 200,000 miles of inconsistent brands. Your additive chemistry is never fully optimized. The fleet approach, one brand, same chemistry, every service, means the additive package in your oil at 50,000 miles is still performing the same function it was designed to perform at 1,000 miles. No interference, no chemistry conflicts, maximum protection from every quart. The specific brands that come up consistently in fleet maintenance documentation for this consistency principle are Amsoil, Mobil 1, and Liquimoli, not because they are the only options, because they maintain consistent formulations across their product lines. When you buy Amsoil Signature Series this year and next year, you are buying the same chemistry. Some brands reformulate quietly. No announcement. Consistent chemistry year over year is what you are actually buying. Choose a brand with documented formulation stability. Pick one. Stick with it. Your engine's additive environment will thank you. The full system, all 6 habits together. Here is the full picture. 6 habits, all of them simple, none of them expensive. Shorter oil change intervals, 30 to 40%. More frequent than the manual says. A flush before every drain. 60 to 90 seconds of idle warm-up before driving every single morning. True PAO synthetic oil with low cold pour point, fuel tank never below a quarter, single consistent oil brand from first service to last. That is the complete system. The 600,000-mile system, verified by fleet data, supported by SAE research, and completely available to you on any vehicle, starting with your next oil change. Honestly, the most frustrating part of researching this video was realizing that none of these habits are secrets in the engineering world. The SAE papers are publicly available. The fleet data is documented. The chemistry is understood. The reason most American drivers have never heard any of this is not because the information is hidden. It is because nobody in the automotive maintenance industry profits from engines that last 600,000 miles. Your dealership makes money on oil changes. It makes more money on engine repairs. A vehicle with an engine that lasts indefinitely is a vehicle that does not come back for major service. The incentive structure does not favor telling you any of this. And I mean that. Start this weekend. Pick one habit from the list. The warm-up, the more frequent change interval, the flush at your next service. Any single one of them moves your engine toward the 600,000-mile end of the probability distribution instead of the 150,000-mile end. And all 6 together, if you maintain them, put you in a category of car owner that almost nobody in America is in. If this changed how you think about your engine, subscribe. And watch this next, the 7 car maintenance habits that cost exactly nothing and protect your engine on every single drive. Here is a question worth sitting with before we close. What would it mean for your life if your next car lasted 600,000 miles? Think about the math. The average American buys a new car every 6 years. At today's prices, that is $40,000 every 6 years, roughly $6,700 per year in depreciation alone. If your car lasted 30 years, 600,000 miles at $20,000 per year, you buy one vehicle instead of 5. You save close to $160,000 in acquisition costs. Not maintenance, not gas, just not buying another car. The 6-pack of habits in this video is not a marginal improvement. Applied consistently from day one, it is potentially the difference between owning 5 cars in your lifetime and owning 2. The data from Japan says that outcome is achievable on a normal vehicle, with habits that cost essentially nothing. One more thought before you go. The most common objection I hear to the shorter oil change interval is time and cost. If you change your oil 30% more frequently, you spend 30% more on oil and filters per year. 5 quarts of PAO synthetic at roughly $9 per quart. That is $45 per change. 4 changes per year versus 3 on the standard schedule. 1 extra $45 change per year. $45 per year. To potentially add 200,000 miles to your engine's life. If your engine needs replacing at 150,000 miles, a rebuilt engine runs $4,000 to $8,000. The $45 per year pays for itself in the first month of the one rebuild it prevents. Your call.